Celeste Headlee, the top American broadcaster who has appeared on numerous channels such as CNN and BBC for about 20 years. Her video on conversation skills, conducted on TED, recorded an astounding 13 million views. People who listen to Celeste's speeches want to learn her speaking skills. However, there is a stronger and wiser approach than speaking skills, and that is speech sense. Celeste Headlee, an author, speaker, and conversation expert in the field of human relations and communication, is someone who understands speech sense well. When people asked her about the secret to being good at talking, she said the following: "The key is to restrain the urge to speak." Celeste learned this lesson through two personal experiences. The first experience was when a close friend's father passed away. To comfort her friend, Celeste shared the story of her own father's passing when she was very young, showing understanding of her friend's emotions. However, what returned to Celeste was her friend's anger. Instead of comforting her friend, Celeste unintentionally made her friend feel even worse. At that time, Celeste herself didn't understand her friend's anger. As time passed, Celeste realized the reason during a conversation with another friend. It was when a friend who was going through a divorce called Celeste. The friend shared many things with Celeste, from her husband's minor mistakes to her own mistakes towards her husband, and they had a 40-minute-long conversation. As the friend ended the call, she said to Celeste, "Thank you for your advice. Thanks to you, the problem seems to have been somewhat resolved." However, in reality, during those 40 minutes, Celeste only said 2 sentences like, "That must have been tough. I feel sorry for you." What the friend needed was not Celeste's advice or experiences, but someone who would listen to her story. Through these 2 experiences, Celeste realized the importance of speech sense in conversations. She emphasized it by saying, "In my own story, I am the protagonist, but in the other person's story, they should be the protagonist." Conversation is about giving and receiving. However, that giving and receiving doesn't always have to be through words. Speech sense is about knowing when and how much to speak. It is about temporarily putting aside our desire to speak and focusing on the other person, listening to them, and drawing out the words they sincerely want to say. People often don't know how much they should say during a conversation, and they fear how the other person will receive it. As a result, they often fail to express what they truly want to say. This is where speech sense is needed. By listening, asking questions, empathizing, and being considerate, we can create an environment where the other person's desired words, hesitant words, and hidden words can emerge. In this age of communication breakdown, we need speech sense to make conversations more relaxed and to open up the closed hearts of others. Speech sense can be applied both in listening and speaking. If you hear the following during a conversation, what thoughts come to mind? "We traveled to Italy in 2006. Wait, was it 2007? Actually, it was the trip I took after getting a job in Boston, so it must have been in 2005. Oh, should I ask Sharon? No, Sharon is probably working at her job right now." You might think that the other person is unsure about what they want to say. Psychiatrist Mark Goulston says that speaking for more than 40 seconds in a conversation is like a one-sided monologue. The first 20 seconds are like a green traffic light, where both parties can listen attentively to each other's words. However, the following 20 seconds are like a yellow traffic light. The listener starts to lose interest and perceives the speaker's words as too verbose. And when the conversation goes beyond 40 seconds, the red traffic light turns on. This is when it's time to stop talking. Weeding the conversation garden means avoiding unnecessary content. If you get caught up in the weeds, the conversation loses its focus and becomes filled with pointless talk. Avoiding the weeds means not trying to talk about everything you know. This is also speech sense. Speech sense is not something extraordinary. It simply means remembering that the other person is the protagonist in their own story. As Celeste Headlee said, the other person's mind is never an open book. The key to better understanding each other is not interpreting the other person's perspective, but putting effort into creating a relationship where they can honestly express their thoughts. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Your support and engagement mean a lot to me. I genuinely appreciate your interest in what I have to share. I'll continue creating content and hope to see you again in my next video. Stay tuned for more exciting updates and discussions. Until then, take care and have a wonderful day.